The year 2025 emerges as a pivotal moment in the unfolding of spiritual prophecies foretold centuries ago, the intensification of persecution against God's chosen ones. This persecution takes on unexpected and mysterious forms, spanning both the visible and invisible realms. A sense of urgency and alertness resonates among those who can discern the signs of the times. While the world seems to be moving toward increasing uniformity, surrendering to the shadows of a new order, the chosen ones are not defined by worldly titles or status. They are called in secret, spiritually sealed, with a mission that transcends human understanding. Many of them have yet to fully grasp the magnitude of their role, but they carry within their hearts an unmistakable weight, a responsibility that sets them apart from the rest of the world. This invisible seal acts as both protection and guidance, yet it also places them on a collision course with dark forces determined to silence them. Leave a comment of peace and love to spread gratitude and strengthen the faith of others who might be facing similar challenges. Through news and social media, it is increasingly evident that 2025 not only marks a spiritual intensification, but also ushers in significant trials for God's chosen ones. In a world sinking deeper into conflict and chaos, those who stand firm in their faith face mounting persecution, a clear sign that difficult times lie ahead. The persecution of God's servants, though ancient, has now taken on modern and sophisticated forms. It is no longer limited to physical attacks. It extends into mental, social, and spiritual realms. Dominant culture often marginalizes faith, branding biblical values as outdated or even intolerant. In public and digital spaces, many face resistance when proclaiming truths they believe to be divine. Technology, which was meant to serve as a bridge for connection, has become a tool for surveillance and control. Declarations of faith are monitored, words defending the gospel are taken out of context, and believers are attacked for their convictions. Those who stand up for Christ's teachings encounter censorship, isolation, and a cascade of losses: broken careers, fractured family ties, and destroyed friendships. In some parts of the world, increasingly restrictive laws suppress public expressions of faith. Religious institutions are pressured to align with standards that contradict their core beliefs. For the chosen ones, remaining faithful to God means resisting a system that demands conformity at all costs. Even amid such pain, the spiritually marked know they are not alone. Just as the apostles faced the hatred of a world that rejected Jesus, today's believers find solace in Christ's words. If the world hates you, keep in mind that it hated me first. John 15:18. For them, persecution is more than a burden. It is proof of their faith and their calling. Every attack, every injustice endured, connects them more deeply to the example of Jesus, who bore humiliation and suffering out of love for humanity. It is in their resistance that they find strength, and in their faith that they draw closer to the mission entrusted to them. Amid the chaos, the chosen find strength in unity. Small prayer groups begin to flourish in homes, communities grow stronger in anonymity, and new forms of fellowship emerge, often hidden from the world's prying eyes. As painful as the persecution may be, it reignites the flame of faith, deepening the spiritual commitment of many. They are not alone. Despite the hostility, there are unseen witnesses, angels and other spiritual servants who accompany and intercede for them in their moments of greatest difficulty. Accounts of an inexplicable peace or inner voices guiding them away from danger reinforce their certainty that they are being protected and guided. While the world tries to silence the chosen ones, they remain steadfast, confident in the promise that victory belongs to the Lord. The challenges faced in 2025 are seen as a prelude to eternal glory, a reminder that this life is fleeting, but eternity with God is assured. No matter how dark the days may seem, the spiritually chosen know they are fighting a battle that has already been won. Persecution is not the end. It is a testament to a light that never fades, a flame that burns even brighter in the midst of darkness. In many nations, new laws are introduced under the guise of promoting inclusion and social harmony. Yet, these legislations often marginalize practices of faith that challenge the prevailing spirit of the age. Religious gatherings are monitored, speeches deemed exclusive or radical are censored, and even symbols of faith, such as crosses or the public reading of sacred scriptures, are discouraged or banned. Social media, now a virtual battlefield, becomes hostile territory for those defending spiritual values. Words like tolerance and freedom are twisted to silence the chosen ones, while true freedom of expression is sacrificed in favor of a global agenda of conformity. In 2025, the division between those who follow divine truth and those who choose to conform to the system becomes increasingly clear. This separation goes beyond the physical. It is deeply spiritual. Many who were once lukewarm in their faith are now compelled to make irrevocable decisions, choices that echo into eternity. Persecution does not stop at institutional levels. It infiltrates everyday lives as well. The chosen ones face rejection within their own families, social exclusion, and in many cases, the loss of their jobs due to their steadfast faith. Standing firm in divine truth is an act of courage, one often accompanied by tears, but also by an unshakable hope. Yet, the pain of persecution does not surprise the chosen ones. Scripture has long warned that those who follow God would be rejected by the world. In the midst of their suffering, they find strength in communion with the Creator and an unyielding hope in the divine justice that is yet to come. Even in the face of hardships, there is undeniable evidence that God's presence continues to work powerfully among the persecuted. Testimonies of miracles, transformed lives, and almost supernatural courage inspire many to join this growing spiritual movement. Underground prayer and worship groups flourish, proving that true faith cannot be extinguished. As the chosen face challenges, their unity only strengthens. Denominational and cultural barriers are set aside in favor of a greater purpose, a shared commitment to God that transcends all differences. As painful as persecution may be, it purifies and strengthens the chosen ones. It draws them closer to God, increasing their dependence on Him and deepening their understanding of their mission in the world. For them, every challenge is not just a test, but also an opportunity to bear witness. The year 2025 will be remembered not only as a time of intense persecution, but also as a period when the chosen shone like beacons of hope in a world shrouded in darkness. Despite the opposition, their spiritual strength remained unshaken, fulfilling the divine purpose amidst tribulations. Blessed are those who are persecuted because of righteousness, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Matthew 5:10. In 2025, persecution is not merely a reflection of intolerance. It is a trial that purifies, strengthens, and reveals the true servants of God. In the end, the chosen understand that despite the darkness spreading across the world, the divine light will never be extinguished. They continue to walk steadfastly, knowing their mission is not just to endure, but also to prepare the way for something far greater yet to come. In this pivotal year, persecution takes on more subtle and sophisticated forms, not only through laws and policies, but also through an almost invisible control of systems. Information networks are manipulated to distort narratives, discredit testimonies, and sow doubt even among the faithful. Reports of mysterious signs in the skies and unexplainable events heighten fear among the people. The opposing forces do not operate solely on the physical plane. Unsettling dreams and confusing visions are used as tools to try to destabilize the chosen ones. But those who remain in faith find discernment to distinguish truth from falsehood, even amid chaos. The chosen often find themselves isolated, abandoned by friends, family, and society. However, this isolation seems to serve a higher purpose, to prepare them for a deeper communion with the Creator. In the solitude, they hear God's voice more clearly and are fortified to face what lies ahead. On the other hand, many who stray from the truth experience a growing spiritual void. This emptiness drives some to seek answers, and it is in these moments that the chosen ones shine most brightly, offering hope and guidance to those who can still be reached. They recognize that today's events were foretold long ago, and these revelations serve as both comfort and warning. Small miracles and inexplicable signs continue to protect the chosen during their most challenging moments. Some speak of doors that open on their own, or voices that guide them out of imminent danger. As 2025 unfolds, the spiritually marked chosen ones of God begin to recognize unmistakable signs that times of persecution are drawing near. These signs, though invisible to the eyes of the world, are clear to those with attuned hearts and souls tuned to the divine voice. The universe seems to whisper mysterious warnings filled with symbolism, preparing the chosen for trials that defy human logic. These subtle messages echo a greater plan, revealed only to those with spiritual eyes to see. The dreams of the chosen grow vivid, almost visceral, filled with cryptic imagery. They see doors closing, paths shrouded in mist, and voices murmuring warnings in the shadows of the night. Upon waking, they carry the certainty of having received a message, even if its full meaning remains partially veiled. Creation itself seems to respond to the approach of these challenging times. Storms appear suddenly, unexplained climate shifts occur, and unusual animal behavior catches attention. It is as if nature itself is restless, sensing the spiritual battle unfolding on invisible planes. The chosen report feeling a heightened connection to the spiritual. Moments of prayer bring a profound, almost tangible peace, while heavy environments create a spiritual oppression that weighs on them. This heightened sensitivity enables them to discern the intentions of those around them, distinguishing allies from hidden threats. In the midst of daily life, small details take on unexpected significance. A word overheard by chance, a scripture passage that seems to come alive on the page, or even seemingly trivial events. Everything appears to point to a greater reality. Despite being separated by distance, groups of believers find that they share similar experiences and impressions. It is as if they are being led by an invisible force, guided by the same divine hand. This inexplicable connection strengthens their unity, creating a spiritual network that transcends physical barriers. At times, reality itself seems to waver, as if it is slightly torn. Through these rifts, an ageless whisper echoes, a timeless call from something beyond time. The chosen hear this echo, and with it comes a weight, to understand, to endure, and perhaps to challenge the destiny that awaits them. Ancient prophecies from the scriptures and forgotten texts seem to come alive in 2025. Global events begin to align with descriptions of the final days, and the chosen find unexpected confirmations as they study the Word. A sense of urgency grows in their hearts, reminding them that there is no time to waste. The heavens begin to reveal events that defy understanding. Lights dancing in unusual patterns, constellations appearing to shift, and eclipses, leaving an air of unease. Witnesses describe mysterious shapes and symbols, reinforcing the conviction that something grand and inevitable is about to occur. Even before persecution openly manifests, the chosen notice a subtle but troubling shift in the behavior of those around them. Intolerance toward faith and divine principles becomes more evident, veiled under rhetoric of progress and modernity. Some of the chosen receive clear visions during moments of prayer or meditation. These images confront them not only with harrowing scenarios, but also with crucial guidance for the days ahead. Among the most recurring signs, they see temples being destroyed and the divine word being forcibly silenced. A growing desire to separate from worldly distractions begins to take hold of these individuals. They feel an inner calling to abandon superficialities and dedicate themselves more intensely to prayer, fasting, and the study of scriptures. This impulse is not driven by fear, but by a deep conviction that they must be spiritually prepared for what lies ahead. These signs are not merely warnings, but divine invitations to awaken, strengthen, and unite the chosen in a greater, more meaningful purpose. The year 2025 will not only be marked by external phenomena, but also by an inner transformation among those who heed the divine voice. They will be shaped by spiritual challenges that prepare them to withstand the approaching storms. For the chosen, 2025 will be a year of deep reflection, revelation, and alignment with God's divine purpose. The changes will be intense, the winds will blow fiercely, and those seeking to live with integrity before God will be called to pay closer attention to His voice. The times ahead will be challenging, yet they will also provide an opportunity for the divine light to shine even brighter. The lives of the chosen will become testimonies of faith and resilience, illuminating paths amidst the darkness. This will be a year of unveiling, an invitation to delve deeper into the soul and uncover hidden truths that were previously beyond perception. Spiritual paths, once familiar, will reveal deeper layers, like a river exposing secrets buried in its depths. The spiritually chosen will be called to explore the depths of their faith, to question long-held beliefs, and to reevaluate the purpose of their journey. In the silence of their hearts, God will whisper new and unexpected directions. Those who listen attentively will see their understanding of the divine expand into realms that once seemed unattainable. However, this awakening will require more than courage. It will demand complete surrender and a humility that transcends ego. It will be a time to let go of the superficial and the fleeting, embracing with faith and boldness what God reveals before their eyes. In 2025, the spiritually chosen by God will face challenges that will act as a crucible for their faith. These will not be easy tests, but trials demanding unwavering trust in the divine plan. Each difficulty will serve as a forge, purifying not only the external but also the internal. This refinement will reach the depths of the soul, bringing to the surface insecurities, old wounds, hidden resentments, and selfish attachments that must be transformed. It will be a challenging process, but one that is indispensable for achieving a state of spiritual renewal. Courage and sincerity will be necessary to confront these shadows and allow God's light to transform them. Every challenge faced will also be an opportunity to strengthen faith. A faith tested and shaped by adversity is a faith that stands firm through even the fiercest storms. For the chosen, difficulties will arise as divine invitations to trust more deeply in God's wisdom and love. Suffering, no matter how painful it seems, will be understood as an essential part of spiritual rebirth. On this path of transformation, many will be called to confront their own shadows, shedding the burdens they have carried for so long. In 2025, the purpose of the chosen will become clearer, but equally challenging. Those touched by the divine will discover their true mission on earth, yet the answers will neither come easily nor immediately. The divine purpose does not reveal itself all at once, but gradually, like a flame growing brighter and impossible to ignore. The call to serve will be irresistible, and the chosen will no longer be able to evade their roles. This service will manifest in various forms, through healing, teaching, leadership, or even small acts of compassion that deeply touch the hearts around them. The chosen will recognize the task entrusted to them in their hearts. Yet responding to this call will require courage to act and take firm steps into the unknown. This purpose, however, will demand more than action. It will require transformation. To be an instrument of God is to allow oneself to be shaped by Him. It is not enough to serve others. One must also be willing to undergo internal transformation. The call is not just to do, but to be, a living reflection of God's image and likeness. In 2025, the chosen will be challenged to reflect the Creator's love and wisdom in every thought, word, and action. This transformation will be profound, aligning every aspect of their lives with the divine purpose. This journey will also bring an invitation to unity. Individuality will give way to collectivity, and the strength of each chosen one will be multiplied through mutual support. In His infinite wisdom, God never intended for His children to walk alone. The call for the chosen will include building deep bonds within the spiritual community. Whether through churches, faith groups, or global missions, unity will be essential. More than ever, 2025 will be a year when the chosen must lean on one another, sharing not only wisdom and strength, but also their weaknesses and challenges. Love and compassion will not remain ideals, but will be manifested through concrete actions. Barriers must be broken down, divisions healed, and bridges built between peoples and nations. Spiritual solidarity will be the foundation of a new era, where empathy and collective effort will become pillars for the transformation God desires to see in the world. Finally, those spiritually chosen by God will be called to recognize the great mystery of grace that permeates 2025. Amid the challenges, transformations, and unfolding purposes, divine grace will be the invisible thread holding everything together. This mystery eludes full human comprehension, yet it can be profoundly felt in the hearts of those connected to the Creator. God's grace is not based on merit, but on His unconditional love for all His children. For those touched by God, it is vital to remember that this grace will be present in every difficult decision, in every moment of trial. It will be the firm foundation beneath the feet of those who fully trust His guidance and dedicate themselves to being instruments of His love in the world. Ultimately, what truly matters is not success or failure, but the ability to live with the certainty that God's hand is always present, guiding, sustaining, and transforming. The true mission will be to love with the same limitless and unconditional love that God offers. In 2025, the spiritually chosen will be drawn to a deeper level of awareness. The veil between the divine and the human will thin, and the responsibility to reflect this light in the world will become clearer and more urgent. The journey, though complex, will be marked by mysteries and miracles. The chosen must remain steadfast, vigilant, and willing to follow God's path, trusting His guidance, even when the future seems uncertain. At the threshold of time, between what was and what is yet to come, a silent message emerges. It is not a message for all. Its words echo only for those who can perceive the invisible and feel the pulse of something greater approaching. You, who are here, did not arrive by chance. The year 2025 will not just be a year. It will be a milestone, a portal, a test. Something dormant for ages will awaken, and the lines between the real and the imagined, the tangible and the intangible, will begin to blur. At the dawn of this year, subtle signs will appear, small, almost imperceptible, hidden in the details of daily life. A circle split by a line, the song of a bird out of season, stars dancing in unusual patterns in the night sky. To the world's eyes, these things will seem unimportant. But to you, these signs will be clear, a whisper that the time of awakening is near. Winds from the east will carry tales of improbable alliances. A forgotten people will rise, bringing a map that cannot be read with the eyes but felt by those who carry the flame of intuition. In the west, shadows will deepen, hiding dark truths that will test even the strongest. Difficult choices will arise, each with a high cost. Are you prepared to sacrifice something to gain everything? Or will fear cause you to hesitate? Even the earth will not remain silent. Its rhythms will shift. An unfamiliar sound will resonate beneath your feet. Trees will whisper secrets in forgotten tongues, and rivers will reflect skies that do not belong to this world. You, one of the few chosen, will feel this in your very being. It will be like a constant shiver, a call that cannot be ignored. Remember, every step on the journey of faith is upheld by divine grace, and God's light never ceases to shine, even in the darkest hours. If this message resonates in your heart, know that you are not alone. Through prayer, reflection, and action, you will draw closer to the divine purpose in your life. In this new year, remain attentive to messages from within and without. Trust that every difficulty is an opportunity for growth. The future will be shaped by those with the courage to follow God's will. Your journey of faith is more powerful than you can imagine. If this message touched your heart, share it with someone who also needs to hear it. Subscribe to the channel, activate notifications, and join us as we seek wisdom and light. May God bless you all, and may 2025 be a year of renewed faith, revealed purpose, and unconditional love.